This is Conversation of the Birds, a story set to music, new chapters released weekly, written, composed, and read by Jamie Holcomb. You're listening to an interlude. The more things change. Some of our birds are feeling a bit out of place. Let's find out how they're enduring these changes. Let's listen. The sky beyond the cave was just as black and sparkling. Into that night-laden pine forest the birds took to roost. Upon the peak of one sturdy tree the kite took hold by his sharp talons. The razor-beaked heron, panting, he scrabbled his awkward length to join his fellow warrior near the top. All my life never perched in so much as one treetop, now look at me. The heron, all spindle-limbed, with a lengthy beak sculpted to wade and fish in the depths, out of place in the treetop, he looked a bit like a growth of branches, but so then he did fit in, bizarrely, in that arboreal setting. The kite looked over his fellow fighter and told him as much. While the stork, the heron broke off. He forced a chuckle. The kite, ever resolute, he scanned the forest with his hawk's eyes. "You feel no loss?" the heron said. "I feel," the kite began, but the wind washed over them then. The wind in its own waves and current, it came tumbling over the forest like a sudden river, and you could watch its course in the rustles and eddies of the treetops. Together the soldiers watched the river wash over the treetops. "I feel," said the kite, "like a kite." He screeched the fierce hawk cry, and he dove. The kite shot out into the night to hunt. The heron watched that raptor soar and glide and search out there in the sky, and even though he was out of place against the black backdrop, the sight of the circling, swerving hawk was awesome. Sitting in the treetop, all gangly and exposed, the heron watched that hero's flight. "Well, I feel like a stork in a tree," said the heron. He called out into the night, "Just wait until we find some water, then we'll see who..." "Ah, to hell with it." The heron hugged his knees to his chest, and he did his best to nestle his lengthy beak between those crooked legs. He hugged himself together as another rush of air rocked the treetops, and he remembered the stork with whom he'd had so much in common. This has been Conversation of the Birds, a story set to music, with new chapters released weekly, written, composed, and read by Jamie Holcomb, produced by Supermoon. Join us next week for our next installment. If you'd like to check out more from Supermoon, visit us on TikTok or at our website, gosupermoon.com. That's GOSUPERMOON.com. The quest continues next week.